Welcome to another tip of the week, and today I'm going to talk about learning with a project. I want to talk to you about the importance of learning with a project. Why is learning with a project important? I'm talking about learning web development. I write fan fiction, and the same time I was starting to learn web development, there was a huge troll problem. Badly intended people who were reporting stories that didn't need reporting, and since the moderation is done like someone reported a story, I take down the story, I don't actually check if the story is really breaking the rules. A lot of writers were having their stories pulled down, not because they were breaking the rules, but because they had been reported. So I had a few stories pulled down, and my readers kept asking me, oh, can you send me the story? So I thought, why instead of sending the story, don't I put up a website with my stories? And then I thought, okay, so I want a website that allows me to put up my story, to edit my story easily, to add fandoms easily, and so on. So I need a database. I need an administration part of my website that I'm going to log into. I want to be able to show all the stories of a certain fandom. So I need a query that's going to look, oh, this fandom has these stories, and so on. And that was super helpful in my studies, because I would study and I would think, oh, what do I need to make a website that has a content management? And I wanted to do that from scratch. I didn't want to use a framework to help me, because I wanted to learn. So the first version of my website has no frameworks helping me. So I went and I learned that I needed a server-side language, that I needed the database, that I needed JavaScript, HTML, CSS. I started learning. Every time I saw something that could apply to my website, I would stop and try to apply that until that worked, which was super helpful in remembering, in understanding what I was learning, having to apply that, having to translate that to my website, to adapt to my website. That made me remember what I was learning a lot more than if I had just copied the exercises that the teachers gave us. And this took a lot of time. It took 6 months to put up the first version of the website. This version here, I'm on the Wayback Machine to show you the version. This menu I did from scratch. I didn't use Bootstrap or anything to help me. You could change skin. I used JavaScript for this. You could increase and decrease the font size. You see here that they see in the database that there's a series, so you already see 1 of 3, and you go to the next story, and the next story actually has chapters. So we're going to be able to see here you have the chapters also going to the database to see. This helped me a lot. This is the new version. This one already uses Bootstrap, but I did the first one without frameworks because I wanted to learn from scratch. I didn't use a CMS to help me. I created my CMS because I wanted to learn that. I wanted to learn how to do that because I know that frameworks help us, and they're very useful once you've learned the base. So I recommend learning with a project because I think this is going to help you a lot. The more ambitious, the better. And I hope you liked the tip. Don't forget to subscribe and check out my courses. See you next week.